Hi, my name's Simon Locke. I'm the founder and CEO of CommunicationsMatch. Today, I'm delighted to be with David Wagner. David is often referred to as one of the top media and crisis communications consultants in the world. He's the president of David Wagner and Company, and he's joining us today from Tokyo. David, what are the takeaways for international businesses from Carlos Ghosn's arrest in Japan?
Yeah, there's some interesting messaging here. The first one is that Japan is changing like everywhere else in the world. And I think nationalism is playing a part too. We don't have the populist movements that we have in Europe and America, but we certainly have a movement to try to maintain Japanese ownership of a company. And Renault was proposing a merger with Nissan, which Nissan was apparently not too interested in.
Are there steps companies or CEOs can take to prepare for this type of situation?
Yeah, I mean, obviously do your homework, but it's pretty clear. Know what's going on the ground and listen to what you see and hear, because Carlos Ghosn was the president and chairman ultimately for up to 20 years. And it's pretty clear that he may have overstayed his time here, and he may have been better served by spending 10 years instead of 20, which is extraordinary in its own way. So yeah, I think look around you and consider the cultural implications of always being seen as a group member, always being seen as a team player. That's pretty important here in Japan.
Given this context, how important is it for CEOs to think about and manage their personal brands, when the company may not actually be on their side?
That's a great question. And I think the issue is consideration for something like having your own PR specialist or professionals advise you if there's a trust issue. But that would pose additional potential problems with word getting out that you're not trusting the internal PR team. It's something that people have done in the past in different places in the world, and may be worth considering as one option for sure.
Does this mean CEOs should be wary about traveling to Japan?
No, not really. But I think a primary question is, does it make sense to consider Japan as your top priority right now when you could go other places? I think that's the risk that has developed, and I'm not sure it's a permanent concern. But I think lower level managers don't have much to worry about. C-suite managers probably still don't have anything to worry about, but we see what's happened in Canada with Huawei. We see that a couple of Canadians have been arrested in China. The world's changing. We've got to be cautious of that. I think it's steady as she goes, and let's keep going. But at the same time, Japan is changing. The fact that this happened tells me that the future is going to be very different than the past.
David, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you, Simon.